Hi, welcome to the Museum of Art. My name is Dennis Cutchins, and I teach American literature here on campus at BYU. But I also am very interested in Frankenstein. In fact, recently edited and published a book on Frankenstein. And so we're going to talk a little bit about that. Today, I am in the exhibition entitled Vik Muniz, Extraordinary. And we're looking at Frankenstein, which is funny. We're going to talk about that title here in just a second. But you should come and see it in person. It's really cool. And I was just talking with one of the museum directors, and you're going to learn what it really means to be iconic if you come in to this exhibition. So today we're talking about this image, which, by the way, is so cool, and you need to get close to the image to sort of understand how cool it is. We toss around the word iconic all the time, but I don't think we actually understand what it. I don't think we actually understand what it means to be iconic, and this is one of those images which can tell you a little bit about that. So a few years ago, a guy named Paul Davis wrote a book called The Lives and Times of Ebenezer Scrooge. And in that book, he talked about how A Christmas Carol had become not a text, right? Not just a story, not just a little novel, but it had become a culture text, meaning it had sort of jumped out of its own skin, right, and become more than just a novel. And it's become something that everybody knows, right? Everybody knows who Scrooge is, and everybody knows the sort of plot of A Christmas Carol, even if they've never seen it. And how do they know that? Well, part of the way they know that is because they have seen it since they were 2 or 3 years old on cartoons and movies and television and everywhere. And this is one of those iconic images that no longer means a particular actor, right, Boris Karloff, and no longer means a particular sort of makeup. It was created by a guy named Jack Pierce. Now this has sort of jumped out of its own skin and become something more. And so here's your experiment to find out if what I'm saying is true. Bring a 5-year-old to the display when you come and ask them, don't tell them, ask them, who's that? And they will say, it's Frankenstein. Now, of course, they're wrong. It isn't Frankenstein, it's Frankenstein's monster, Frankenstein's creature. But in a bigger sense, it really is Frankenstein. That's the identification that's jumped out of the Mary Shelley's novel and Wales movie to become this iconic image. So what do I mean by icon? Just that, right? Something that has become a culture text. That was the word that Paul Davis coined. Something that's become a culture text that people know even if they don't know how they know it. And this is one of those things. So I hope you'll come to the museum and enjoy some of these culture texts because we're surrounded by them. Just to my right is Marlene Dietrich, and she's lovely. It's the little Matchbox car that I owned when I was a kid, but now it's huge and very cool. So come and enjoy the museum.